Hello everyone, this is Sharpedo43 once again, bringing you all another Wi-Fi battle. My opponent in this battle is going to be Blackleaf55, a VGC player, also a streamer on Twitch. And I know him because he's like I said, a streamer on Twitch, but he's also a part of Mr.Talent's mod squad because of the fact that Mr.Talent has actually battled Blackleaf in a VGC tournament. I forgot which stream on Twitch was the one that hosted that tournament, but they both faced each other, and ever since then he's become part of Mr.Talent's mod squad, which is actually quite an honor, not gonna lie. But yeah, he was streaming one day and he was streaming singles battles, and I was like, hey, I gotta battle my boy Blackleaf, even though he doesn't know me and I don't think I know him either, honestly. But I do like the guy though, nonetheless. But as you can see, this is going to be a standard match because he didn't really specify a tier once again, so I was like, okay, I'll just bring this team that I've been using in OU. So, and if he brings something lower tier like he kind of does here, well then, oh well. But anyways, he's gonna lead off with Manectric and I'm gonna lead off with Swampert. And right out of the gate, I thought this Manectric would be the Mega, but since he switches out, I'm not sure if it is or not. So what I'm gonna do is switch out because I am afraid of this thing carrying hidden power grass as well, like freaking Just Weavile did. So I'm just gonna switch into Decidueye to see if he goes for it. He doesn't go for it. He actually doubles into Murkrow, and I go into this. He goes for the Tailwind as I try to go for the Toxic, basically. The Tailwind is actually kind of an interesting move that he goes for here, because this is actually something reminiscent of what I used to do with Togekiss back in Generation 6. Go for Tailwinds and then try to use other mons to take advantage of the speed that he gets in the Tailwind. But either way, I switch out into Zapdos now because I was afraid of a foul play, and he does go for it. So my Zapdos is able to not take it as well as I wanted it to, just because this Zapdos is not defensive, unfortunately. This is actually more an offensive Zapdos set that actually has Choice Scarf, so yeah. And now he's going to go back into Manectric here. I go for Heat Wave anticipating a switch of sorts, and I was afraid that this would be the switch in, and I in fact did predict it, so I was like, okay, I went for Heat Wave. He goes for Hidden Power Ice. When it outsped me, at first I was thinking, oh shoot, this thing is Scarfed, has higher base speed, and can outspeed it with Scarf, but no, it was actually the Tailwind that actually helped it outspeed me, because now I'm able to outspeed it now that the Tailwind is gone. So as a result, this Mega Manectric goes down, and that's actually excellent for me because now he has literally no Volt Switch immunity. Now I can Volt Switch at my leisure. He's going to go into Murkrow here, probably just to set up the Tailwind again, but here I decided to take advantage of going back into Swampert so I can try to get my rocks up. Now, because this guy is a VGC player, I didn't think he would be aware that my Swampert would be a hazard setter, because hazards are not very common in VGC. So I decided, you know what, let's go for Stealth Rocks, risking the possible Taunt. And he actually does carry Taunt to prevent me from going for Stealth Rocks. So this guy actually still knows what's up, even in singles, despite him mostly being known for playing VGC. In fact, I think VGC is his forte more so than singles, actually. But yeah, he's going to switch out Murkrow and go into Kartana, which is a mon I was afraid of. I did double here because I wanted to get rid of this taunt that I had, and I went into Zapdos. Now here I didn't want to stay in, obviously, because while I am Scarf, he got the Tailwind up once again, so I'm gonna be forced to switch out again, and he's gonna actually switch out, surprisingly. And I think here I try to go into Skarmory. I don't remember, honestly. I think I went into Skarmory though. But yeah, I went into Skarmory. He switched out into Tapu Lele as well, so I was like, But now the Tailwind is gone, so the only good thing that came out of all these switches was that I managed to take out, stall out this Tailwind. Because now here I'm going to obviously switch out Skarmory because I don't want this thing to hit me with a Thunderbolt. And I was going to go back into the Decidueye to possibly take that Thunderbolt. Now here what I decide to do now is go for the Leaf Blade. He goes for Protect the Scout to see if I'm going to try to double on him a lot, because there was a lot of switching there, as you saw. And he probably thought I was going to try to like double on him again or something. But I actually went for Leaf Blade just to see if he will want to take damage, but he went for Protect. He does switch out, and I kind of anticipated him to want to switch, seeing how he saw that I was going offensive. So I just went for the U-turn this time, and he does switch into Kartana, which is excellent, because now the Tailwind is gone, and now I can just go into Zapdos, just to Heat Wave it. But I'm not going to do that just yet, because I kind of had a feeling he was going to try to switch out again, and go back into Tapu Lele. So I decided, you know what, let's just go for the Volt Switch instead. And I do go for Volt Switch, and I think here I decided to go back into the Decidueye. And the reason why was because I wanted to pivot around this thing a while to wither it down more quickly. And not to mention the Psychic Terrain has been stalled out as well, which is actually very, very good for me. Like, I'm playing very, very decently here in this battle against Blackleaf. So here I'm just going to go for the U-turn and go back into Zapdos. And here I was actually not sure if Volt Switch would KO, but I wanted to go for it anyways, just because on the off chance that he decides to preserve this Tapu Lele and put me in a bad matchup, I just wanted to get some switch initiative, since I can abuse that now that his Manectric is gone. So yeah, here I go for Voltage, and as you can see, it does take out the Tapu Lele, which is actually really good for me. And now here I'm going to go into Zygarde, which was kind of a mistake actually, because I should have kept in mind that he still had Medicham. And if Manectric wasn't the Mega, then this Medicham could very well be the Mega. So here I'm forced to switch out now because of that. And I'm going to go back into Swampert, who can possibly take any move that this thing has. Once though, because these Mega Medichams hit really dang hard, especially if it has high jump kick. And plus I was anticipating a Ice Punch right from the get-go basically. He's going to go for Ice Punch, as you can see right here. And it's gonna hurt quite a bit. Like, while not stab and this Swampert being defensive, that did quite an amount. And look at how much Drain Punch does. It does even more, which is ridiculous. Thank goodness I still have this Yappa berry that has been working for me all these battles that I've been doing so far. I go for Stealth Rocks here because I kind of figured these would be useful. So I just decided to go for that. He's going to go for Psycho Cut because he's still at full HP and hasn't taken any damage and doesn't feel the need to go for Drain Punch again. Not to mention he can get that crit with Psycho Cut, so that was a good play on him. But I just go for Earthquake just to get some damage on this thing, and now let my Swampert go down to a Drain Punch. As you can see, he switched it up to Drain Punch just so he can get some HP back, because now he lost HP. So he actually knows how to battle like very well in singles. But yeah, here I'm gonna go into Sharpedo now. I protect because obviously I don't want to risk this thing just staying in and going for another Drain Punch on my Sharpedo. That would actually be really bad. He goes into Murkrow, and I was like, okay, what's he gonna do? I protect because like I said, I didn't want to risk the Medicham just staying in and attacking me. And then here, I believe the Murkrow's just gonna set up Tailwind again, and I'm just gonna go for the Ice Fang because thankfully I did have Ice Fang for this Murkrow. Like, I usually have to shift my coverage moves all the times, and thankfully for this occasion I did have Ice Fang on Sharpedo, so that was excellent. And now here I think I'm just gonna yeah, I get the speed boost, and I think here he's gonna go into Kartana, which thanks to the Tailwind is still able to outspeed my Sharpedo. And even then I could protect again to get another +1, but again, he's what if this Kartana is Scarf, because I still wasn't aware if it was Scarfed or not. So here I'm gonna switch into Decidueye to see if this thing is Scarfed or not, and what it gets locked into. Turns out this thing was actually Life Orb, so I was like, oh, okay. So that's actually kind of interesting, because now I don't have to worry about it being Scarfed actually. So here I switch out the Decidueye after taking the Leaf Blade because I wanted to see what other moves he tried to go for. Maybe he has Night Slash. He actually just goes for Smart Strike, so he doesn't have Night Slash on this Kartana, which is good for me. And then here, I think now that this Kartana has been crippled enough for my Sharpedo, and now the Murkrow's gone, so once the Tailwind's gone, now I can literally just get a late game sweep with Sharpedo here. So he's gonna switch into Nemo, which is the Tentacruel actually. And I'm just going to go for the Brave Bird. Like, I'm not even going to try to Roost anymore because it's not even necessary anymore. I can definitely win now. I just need to get as much damage on whatever remaining mons he has left so that my Sharpedo can just come in for the late game sweep. And as you can see, the Tailwind is now gone. So now I can just go for more Brave Birds and just until I can get Sharpedo in here. He goes for Rapid Spin to get rid of my rocks, which is fine with me, honestly. This only hastens the process, so I can just keep going for more Brave Birds and whatnot. Everything on his team is also just weakened enough so that my Sharpedo can just come in and KO everything, so yeah. However, thankfully for me, I am going to be able to take out this Tentacruel with Skarmory alone, because he never went for Scald. Like, the first time, he used one turn to go for Rapid Spin and to get rid of the rocks, and then here is where he decides to go for Scald. Had he went for Scald there, earlier on the Rapid Spin turn, he would have been able to take out the Skarmory before I took out his Tentacruel. But he didn't do that, so it's all good. And now here he's gonna send out not Kartana, but also actually the Medicham, which I thought was kind of surprising because honestly, I thought he would send in Kartana to get that +1. Not like it matters though, because I could win with Sharpedo. I don't have to worry about that Kartana not only being not Choice Scarf, but also not being Z-moved, because the thing is that if it's Z-move Kartana, this Protect from Sharpedo would not be safe whatsoever. So, but because Mega Medicham can't get Z-moves and Kartana was Life Orb, I'm definitely safe to just go in here and just finish things off with Sharpedo. Here I actually made a risky play and just went for Crunch as regular Sharpedo because I didn't want to risk not being able to outspeed the Kartana somehow, even though it was clearly Life Orb and the Tailwind was clearly gone. So yeah, I made that risky play of just going for the Crunch as regular Sharpedo, who has less power and is not boosted with Crunch in Strong Jaw basically. But it does take out the Mega Medicham thankfully, and now he's only down to his last Pokemon, which is Kartana, which I can definitely outspeed now. And I'm just gonna Mega Evolve and just take it out with a Crunch, and that's gonna be the whole game. So good game to Blackleaf55. That was actually a pretty interesting game actually. And for a guy who doesn't really do singles, he actually did pretty dang well actually. And with a team that's not even like, he has a couple of lower tiered mons like Manectric and Murkrow in there, with Tentacruel as well. Like his team was literally mixed OU kind of. So the fact that he was able to do this well was actually very commendable, because he's, like I said, he's mostly known for doing VGC 2017 rules. So you got to give him credit for being able to perform the way he did in this battle. But it was pretty good nonetheless. So yeah, that's going to be it for this battle. Thank you all for watching. Feel free to leave your thoughts in the comments below if you guys want to. And I'll catch you guys later.